The Art of Resolving Conflicts by Life Success. Introduction. In the intricate dance of human interaction, conflicts are inevitable. They arise in the spaces between our words, in the silence of unmet expectations, and in the cacophony of opposing views. Yet, within these moments of discord lies a profound opportunity for growth, understanding, and deeper connection. The Art of Resolving Conflicts is your guide through these turbulent waters, offering strategies to navigate disputes with grace, transform tensions into constructive dialogue, and foster harmony in relationships. Chapter 1. Understanding Conflict. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast forest. Each tree represents a conflict you've encountered or will face in your life. Just as the forest is made up of a variety of trees, conflicts come in many forms and sizes. But what if I told you that the roots of these trees are intertwined, connected by the same soil? Similarly, the roots of conflict are often linked by common elements: our desires, fears, and the fundamental need to be understood. This chapter delves into the fertile ground from which conflicts arise, exploring the psychological underpinnings that feed their growth. By understanding these roots, you can begin to navigate conflicts with a new perspective, one that sees beyond the immediate discord to the rich soil of potential understanding beneath. Conflict, in its essence, is a manifestation of difference. It arises when individuals' beliefs, values, or interests collide. However, the heart of conflict is not found in these differences themselves, but in how they are perceived and managed. Consider, for example, a disagreement between friends about political views. The conflict is not merely about differing opinions on policy, but about what those opinions signify: identity, values, and the fear of not being respected or understood. Our perceptions play a crucial role in conflicts. Two people can observe the same situation and interpret it differently based on their past experiences, beliefs, and emotional state. This subjective nature of perception can lead to misunderstandings and disputes even in the absence of real disagreement. For instance, a casually made comment can be perceived as an insult, igniting a conflict that was never intended. At the root of many conflicts are unmet needs and desires. Whether it's the need for respect, autonomy, security, or connection, when these fundamental needs are not met, conflicts can emerge. An employee might clash with their manager not just over a specific task, but because of an underlying need for autonomy and recognition. Recognizing these unmet needs allows for deeper understanding and provides a pathway to resolving conflicts. Conflicts often trigger strong emotions: anger, frustration, fear, and sadness. These emotions can cloud our judgment and escalate disputes. It's essential to acknowledge and manage these emotions to navigate conflicts effectively. For example, acknowledging anger as a signal of an underlying issue rather than a direct call to confrontation can transform the way we approach resolution. Many conflicts stem from communication breakdowns. Misunderstandings, assumptions, and the lack of effective communication channels contribute to the escalation of conflicts. A simple misinterpretation of a message can lead to a series of reactions and counterreactions, spiraling into a full-blown conflict. Effective communication, characterized by active listening and clear, respectful expression, is key to preventing and resolving disputes. Understanding conflict requires us to look beneath the surface, to explore the complex interplay of perceptions, emotions, and unmet needs that drive our reactions. Like the intertwined roots of trees in a forest, our conflicts are connected by shared human experiences and needs. By exploring the nature of conflict, the role of perception, the impact of unmet needs and desires, the power of emotional triggers, and the importance of communication, we lay the groundwork for navigating life's disputes with greater empathy and insight. As we journey through the chapters ahead, we'll build on this foundation, exploring strategies to transform conflicts from barriers into bridges to deeper understanding and connection. Chapter 2. Communication, the Bridge to Understanding. Imagine finding yourself in a dense fog, where every sound is muffled, and every direction seems the same. Communication during conflict can often feel like navigating through such a fog: uncertain, disorienting, and fraught with the risk of losing one's way. Yet, just as a lighthouse guides ships through the thickest mists, effective communication can illuminate the path to resolution and understanding. This chapter explores how to cut through the fog of conflict with the beacon of clear, empathetic, and constructive communication. Active listening is not merely about hearing words, but about understanding the message behind them. It involves giving your full attention, acknowledging the speaker's feelings, and reflecting back what you've understood. For example, in a disagreement with a partner, they might express frustration about your busy schedule. Active listening involves recognizing the underlying message. They miss spending quality time with you. By acknowledging this need, you can address the root of the conflict rather than just the surface complaint. The ability to express your own thoughts and feelings clearly and respectfully is crucial in resolving conflicts. Use I statements to convey your feelings without blaming or accusing the other person. For instance, saying, "I feel overwhelmed when the house is in disarray," instead of "you never clean up," invites cooperation rather than defensiveness. This approach makes it easier for the other person to hear your concerns without feeling attacked. Asking open-ended questions can transform a conflict from a confrontation into a conversation. Questions like, "Can you help me understand why this is important to you?" invite sharing and exploration of underlying issues. This technique not only demonstrates your interest in the other person's perspective, but also opens up space for mutual understanding and problem solving. Conflicts are rarely just about the surface issue. They are often laden with emotional undercurrents. Recognizing and navigating these emotions is essential for effective communication. If a colleague is upset about a missed deadline, understanding their frustration may stem from pressure. Their feeling from their boss allows you to respond with empathy rather than defensiveness. By addressing the emotional aspect, you pave the way for a more constructive dialogue. The words we choose can either build bridges or walls. Phrases that acknowledge the other person's feelings, such as, "I see this is really important to you," or "it makes sense you'd feel that way," help validate their emotions and build understanding. Conversely, dismissive or judgmental language only serves to widen the gap between parties. As we navigate through the fog of conflict, the principles of effective communication serve as our guiding light. Active listening, clear expression of thoughts and feelings, thoughtful questioning, and emotional intelligence are the tools we wield to cut through misunderstandings and illuminate the path to resolution. By choosing our words and actions with care, we can transform conflicts from barriers into opportunities for growth and deeper connection. In the journey ahead, we'll explore how to apply these principles in the heat of the moment, ensuring that even in the midst of conflict, we can find our way to understanding and harmony. Chapter 3: Emotional Intelligence in Conflict Resolution. Embark on a journey into the heart of conflict resolution, where the compass that guides us is not logic alone, but the nuanced understanding of our emotions and those of others. Emotional Intelligence I is the beacon that illuminates this path, allowing us to navigate the tumultuous seas of conflict with grace and empathy. This chapter delves into the essence of I in conflict resolution, exploring how self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and social skills enable us to transform potential battlegrounds into arenas of mutual understanding and growth. Self-awareness is the foundation of emotional intelligence. It involves recognizing our own emotions, understanding how they affect our thoughts and actions, and realizing how they can impact others. Imagine you're in a heated discussion with a friend about a sensitive topic. Your heart races, your palms sweat signs of anger and frustration. By recognizing these emotional responses, you can take a step back, breathe, and reassess your approach. Self-awareness allows you to see the reflection of your emotions and their origins, offering the chance to navigate the conversation more mindfully. Once we recognize our emotions, the challenge lies in managing them. Self-regulation is the skill of controlling our emotional responses, preventing them from overpowering our better judgment. Consider a scenario where a coworker's criticism ignites a spark of defensiveness and anger within you. Self-regulation involves recognizing this spark before it becomes a blaze, allowing you to respond with calmness rather than react with hostility. By mastering self-regulation, you become the captain of your emotional ship, able to steer through even the stormiest of conflicts. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. It's the bridge that connects hearts, allowing us to view the world from another's perspective. In conflict, empathy transforms our approach from confrontation to collaboration. For instance, if a partner expresses upset over your frequent late nights at work, empathy allows you to see beyond the immediate complaint to the loneliness they feel. By truly understanding their perspective, you can address the deeper issue, fostering connection and finding solutions that acknowledge both your needs. Effective conflict resolution requires adept social skills, the ability to communicate, persuade, and negotiate with others in a way that respects and values their perspectives. These skills enable us to turn conflict into constructive dialogue. Imagine negotiating a project deadline with your team. By listening actively, articulating your concerns clearly, and inviting input from all members, you facilitate a collaborative environment. This dance of interaction, when performed with skill and sensitivity, leads to outcomes that benefit everyone involved. The journey through conflict is both challenging and rewarding, requiring us to navigate our emotions and those of others with care and understanding. Emotional intelligence is the key to this journey, offering the tools we need to transform conflict from a potential disaster into an opportunity for growth and connection. By cultivating self-awareness, practicing self-regulation, developing empathy, and honing our social skills, we can approach conflicts not as battles to be won, but as chances to understand more deeply, connect more fully, and grow more profoundly. As we move forward, let us carry these tools with us, using them to light our way through the fog of misunderstanding towards the clarity of mutual respect and understanding. Chapter 4: Negotiation and Compromise. Picture yourself at a crossroads where two paths converge. One path represents your perspective and needs, the other, those of someone else. At the heart of conflict resolution lies the art of negotiation, the journey to find a new path that merges these two, creating a route that both can travel together. This chapter explores the intricate dance of negotiation and compromise, revealing how understanding, strategy, and empathy are the stepping stones to finding common ground and forging solutions that honor the needs of all involved. The first step in effective negotiation is to step into the shoes of the other party. This involves more than just hearing their words. It's about truly understanding their needs, fears, and motivations. For instance, in a workplace dispute over resource allocation, recognizing that your colleague's insistence on more resources stems from their anxiety about meeting project deadlines allows you to approach the negotiation with empathy and openness. By acknowledging their perspective, you can shift the conversation from a battle over resources to a collaborative search for solutions that address both your project needs and their concerns. Even in conflict, there are often shared objectives that can serve as the foundation for resolution. Identifying and emphasizing these common goals can transform the negotiation landscape. Imagine you and your partner are arguing about spending too much time at work versus at home. The underlying common goal might be to spend quality time together, strengthening your relationship. By focusing on this shared desire, you can negotiate ways to balance work and home life that satisfy both parties, turning conflict into an opportunity for relationship growth. Compromise does not mean surrendering your needs or values, but finding a middle ground where the essential needs of both parties are met. It's about flexibility and creativity in seeking solutions. Consider a scenario where two team members have conflicting ideas for a project's direction. A compromise might involve combining elements of both ideas or agreeing to test each idea's feasibility through research or a pilot project. This approach respects both parties' contributions and keeps the project moving forward. Effective negotiation hinges on clear, respectful communication. This means expressing your needs and perspectives honestly while being open to the other party's views. It's crucial to avoid accusatory language, focusing instead on I statements that express how you feel and what you need without blaming the other person. For example, saying, "I feel concerned about meeting our deadline with the current resources," invites discussion rather than defensiveness, paving the way for constructive negotiation. The ultimate goal of negotiation is to find win-win solutions that leave all parties feeling respected, heard, and satisfied with the outcome. This requires creativity, openness, and a commitment to mutual benefit. In a dispute between neighbors over a boundary issue, A win-win solution might involve agreeing on a shared landscaping project that enhances both properties. Such solutions not only resolve the immediate conflict, but also build a foundation for positive future interactions. Negotiation and compromise are not just strategies for resolving conflicts. They are opportunities to strengthen relationships, foster understanding, and create solutions that benefit everyone involved. By understanding the other party's perspective, establishing common goals, embracing compromise, communicating with clarity and respect, and seeking win-win solutions, we can navigate the complexities of conflict with grace and effectiveness. As we move forward, let us approach each negotiation not as a confrontation, but as a chance to build bridges, find common ground, and weave a path that leads to mutual respect and shared success. Chapter 5. Healing and Reconciliation. After the storm of conflict has passed, the sky is clear, revealing the landscape of our relationships altered by the passage of disagreement. It's here, in this aftermath, that the true work of healing and reconciliation begins. This chapter navigates the delicate process of mending what has been frayed and building anew on the foundations of mutual respect and understanding. Through apology, forgiveness, and the rebuilding of trust, we find not just a return to peace, but the possibility of a relationship stronger and more resilient than before. A genuine apology is a bridge built from the materials of humility, responsibility, and the desire to heal. It's an acknowledgement of the harm caused, intentionally or not, and a commitment to making amends. Consider a misunderstanding that escalated into a hurtful exchange with a friend. A heartfelt apology goes beyond a simple "I'm sorry" to express understanding of the pain caused, taking responsibility for one's part in the conflict, and outlining steps to avoid repeating the mistake. This act can transform hurt into healing, opening the door to forgiveness. Forgiveness is the act of releasing resentment, a gift that is as much for the giver as the recipient. It does not condone the hurtful behavior, but chooses to let go of its hold on us. The journey to forgiveness can be challenging, requiring time and reflection. For example, if a colleague betrayed your trust, forgiving them is not about forgetting what happened, but about freeing yourself from the bitterness that can poison your peace of mind. Forgiveness paves the way for reconciliation, allowing you to move forward without the heavy chains of past grievances. Trust is the foundation of all relationships, yet it is often the first casualty in conflict. Rebuilding trust is a process that demands consistency, transparency, and time. It involves not just promises but proven change over time. For instance, if disputes in a partnership were rooted in financial irresponsibility, rebuilding trust might involve creating and adhering to a budget plan, openly discussing financial decisions, and demonstrating reliability in financial commitments. Reestablishing trust is about showing, not just telling, that things have changed. Conflict, despite its challenges, offers an opportunity for growth. The post-conflict period is a time to reflect on what has been learned and how the relationship can be strengthened. This might involve setting new boundaries, developing better communication strategies, or engaging in joint activities that rebuild companionship and intimacy. Like a garden recovering after a storm, a relationship can emerge more vibrant and robust if nurtured with care, attention, and a shared commitment to growth. Healing and reconciliation are not merely about returning to a state of peace, but about forging a path toward a stronger, more understanding, and empathetic connection. Through the power of a genuine apology, the grace of forgiveness, the diligence required to rebuild trust, and the commitment to nurturing the relationship, we discover the true resilience of human connections. Conflicts, then, become not just obstacles to be overcome, but catalysts for deepening the bonds that unite us. As we move beyond this chapter, let us carry forward the lessons of healing and reconciliation, embracing them as essential elements in the art of living and loving well. Chapter 6. Preventing Conflicts Before They Arise. Imagine navigating a river so skillfully that you avoid the rocks and rapids not by confronting them head-on, but by understanding the currents and steering clear of obstacles. This is the essence of conflict prevention. It's about reading the undercurrents of our interactions and adjusting our course to maintain harmony. This chapter explores the proactive measures we can take to prevent conflicts from arising, focusing on open communication, respect, mutual understanding, and the cultivation of a positive environment where disputes are less likely to take root. Open communication is the lifeblood of healthy relationships, ensuring that small grievances don't fester into major disputes. It involves creating a space where thoughts and feelings can be expressed freely and respectfully. For instance, in a team setting, regular check-in meetings can serve as a platform for voicing concerns and challenges before they escalate. By encouraging an atmosphere of transparency and active listening, you lay the groundwork for issues to be addressed promptly and effectively. Many conflicts arise from misaligned expectations. Whether in personal relationships, at work, or in communal settings, clearly articulating expectations sets a blueprint for behavior and interaction. Imagine a project where team members have undefined roles. Confusion and frustration can quickly lead to conflict. By establishing clear roles and responsibilities from the outset, everyone knows what is expected of them, reducing the potential for misunderstandings. Boundaries are essential for maintaining respect and understanding in relationships. They define where one person's space begins and another's ends, both physically and emotionally. For example, agreeing on work-life balance boundaries with your partner can prevent conflicts over time spent at work versus time spent together. Discussing and respecting these boundaries helps prevent resentment and misunderstanding, keeping the relationship's foundation strong. A positive environment where appreciation and respect are actively practiced can significantly reduce the likelihood of conflicts. Recognizing and valuing the contributions and feelings of others builds a foundation of goodwill and trust. In a work environment, this might mean implementing regular recognition programs or feedback sessions that highlight team and individual achievements. When people feel valued, they're more likely to cooperate and less likely to engage in behaviors that lead to conflict. Diversity in thoughts, beliefs, and perspectives can be a source of strength rather than a trigger for conflict. Embracing diversity involves being open to different viewpoints and flexible in our responses. This flexibility allows us to adapt to changing circumstances and to accommodate varying needs and preferences. For instance, adopting flexible work policies that consider individual needs can prevent conflicts related to work arrangements, promoting a more harmonious and inclusive environment. Preventing conflict is akin to mastering the art of navigating life's rivers with foresight and skill. By fostering open communication, setting clear expectations, establishing healthy boundaries, cultivating a culture of appreciation and respect, and embracing diversity and flexibility, we can steer clear of many potential disputes. These proactive measures not only reduce the likelihood of conflict, but also enhance the quality of our relationships and environments, making them more resilient and harmonious. As we journey forward, let us carry these principles with us, using them to build a world where understanding prevails and conflicts are but shadows that pass in the light of our collective efforts to live in peace. Chapter 7. When to seek external help. Imagine you're navigating through a dense forest with a map that suddenly becomes indecipherable. You've reached a point where proceeding alone is no longer viable, and the need for a guide becomes evident. In the journey of conflict resolution, there are moments when the path to understanding and reconciliation becomes too complex to navigate without assistance. This chapter illuminates those moments, offering guidance on recognizing when it's time to seek external help, the forms it can take, and how to make the most of this support to find your way through the thicket of discord. The first step in seeking external help is to recognize the signs that indicate the need for it. These signs may include persistent misunderstanding despite genuine efforts to communicate, escalating tensions that lead to emotional or physical distress, or simply the realization that the conflict is affecting your health, well-being, or productivity. For example, if colleagues find themselves in a dispute that begins to affect their work performance and team dynamics, it's a clear signal that external intervention may be beneficial. Once the need for external assistance is identified, understanding the available options is crucial. Mediation, counseling, and arbitration are common forms of help that can provide the guidance and structure needed to navigate through conflicts. Mediation involves a neutral third party who facilitates a dialogue between the conflicting parties, helping them to understand each other's perspectives and work towards a mutually acceptable solution. Counseling can be beneficial for addressing the underlying emotional and psychological issues contributing to the conflict, offering a space for individuals to explore their feelings and behaviors in a safe environment. Arbitration, while more formal, involves a third party making decisions regarding the resolution of the conflict, typically used when other methods have failed or when a binding decision is needed. Selecting the appropriate form of external help depends on the nature of the conflict, the relationship between the parties involved, and the desired outcome. For instance, if a family is struggling with internal conflicts that affect their relationships deeply, counseling might be the most appropriate choice. On the other hand, business partners in a contractual dispute may find arbitration to be the most effective path to resolution. Assessing the situation carefully and considering the benefits and limitations of each option is key to making an informed choice. Engaging with external help requires openness, honesty, and a willingness to participate fully in the process. This means being prepared to share your perspective, listen to the other party, and consider alternative solutions. It's also important to set clear goals for the resolution process and communicate these to the mediator, counselor, or arbitrator to ensure that the intervention is aligned with your needs and expectations. Seeking external help in resolving conflicts is a courageous step towards understanding, healing, and growth. It's an acknowledgement that some paths cannot be walked alone and that guidance and support can illuminate the way forward. By recognizing the signs that external help is needed, understanding the options available, choosing the right form of assistance, and engaging fully in the process, you can navigate through the complexities of conflict with confidence. Let this chapter serve as your guide in seeking the support you need, empowering you to move beyond discord towards a future of renewed harmony and understanding. Conclusion. As we draw the curtains on this journey through the nuanced landscapes of conflict and resolution, we stand at the threshold of a transformed understanding. The art of resolving conflicts has guided us across the varied terrains of human discord, shining a light on the paths that lead from turmoil to tranquility, from isolation to connection, from discord to harmony. This voyage has been more than a mere exploration of strategies and techniques. It has been a pilgrimage to the heart of our shared humanity, revealing the profound power of empathy, understanding, and compassion in transforming our lives and relationships. Conflict, as we have discovered, is not a harbinger of division, but a crucible for growth. Each chapter has woven together the threads of communication, emotional intelligence, negotiation, healing, and prevention into a cohesive vision for navigating life's inevitable clashes with grace and purpose. We have learned that the art of resolving conflicts lies not in the avoidance of confrontation, but in the courageous embrace of understanding, not in the suppression of emotions, but in their mindful expression and management. This book is a testament to the belief that within every conflict lies an opportunity for change and enrichment. It challenges us to see beyond the immediate pain of disagreement, to the potential for building deeper bonds and forging stronger connections. It invites us to step into the shoes of the other, to see the world through their eyes, and to discover that, in the vast expanse of human experience, we are all seeking the same things: to be heard, to be understood, and to be valued. As you close this book, let the end of this text mark the beginning of a new chapter in your life, one in which conflicts are approached not with fear and trepidation, but with confidence and hope. Let the insights and strategies you have gathered here arm you with the courage to face disputes with an open heart, a clear mind, and a spirit of collaboration. Remember, the resolution of conflict is not just about finding common ground, but about creating new ground on which to stand together, stronger and more united than before. In the end, the art of resolving conflicts is about more than just navigating disagreements. It is about weaving the fabric of our lives with threads of compassion, empathy, and mutual respect. It is about transforming our shared moments of discord into opportunities for growth, understanding, and deeper connections. May this book serve as a compass guiding you through the challenges ahead, illuminating your path with the light of hope, understanding, and the unshakable belief that, even in our darkest moments of conflict, we have the power to write a story of resolution and harmony. With this, we step forward into the world, not as adversaries locked in eternal struggle, but as fellow travelers on a journey towards understanding, peace, and the profound realization that, in the art of resolving conflicts, we discover the very essence of being human.